Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Senior Safety Advice Podcast, the show where we talk about simple, practical ways to stay safe, independent, and confident at home. I'm Esther Kane, a retired occupational therapist, a certified aging in place specialist, and a dementia care specialist. Come visit us at seniorsafetyadvice.com, subscribe here and on our YouTube channel, and please share this with someone who needs it. Today is for the exhausted caregivers, and we're not going to talk about your feelings. We're going to talk about your body. Let's take a moment and picture a Tuesday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock. You're standing at the counter eating crackers out of the sleeve over the sink because sitting down at the table felt like it would take too long. And you're still thinking about this morning, about how you snapped at him over the toast. Over toast. He didn't do anything. And you've been carrying it around all day like evidence. Evidence that you're not cut out for this, that you've gotten mean, that somewhere along the way you turned into a person who yells at a sick man about bread. Now listen, let's look at that morning from a completely different direction. You were up 3 times in the night. You had coffee at 6 and nothing since. You haven't finished a glass of water in days, and you've canceled your own doctor's appointment twice. That's not a character problem. That's a body running on fumes. Every time we talk about caregiver exhaustion, we talk about your feelings. Today, I want to talk about the machine. Here's something I noticed so many times as an OT working with my patients. A lot of the time, the person I was most worried about was not my patient, but their caregiver. And there was always a tell. They never sat down, not once in the whole visit. They'd stand nearby for the entire session, answering my questions, ready to spring. So I started asking them when they had last eaten a meal sitting down. You would be amazed how many people had to stop and think about it. Let's go through what's actually happening to you. I think it'll be a relief to hear it named. First, your sleep is broken, not short. Those are very different things. You might be in that bed 7 hours, but you're listening the whole time. Half of you is on duty, so you get almost none of the deep repairing sleep, and then you wake up wrecked and think, what is wrong with me? I was in bed all night. Nothing's wrong with you. You weren't asleep, you were on call. Second, you're eating standing up. And whatever you can hold in one hand, which is crackers and toast and whatever's left on his plate. Third, and hey, I say this with love, you're almost certainly dehydrated. So many caregivers ration their water on purpose because if you drink, you have to go. And if you go, you have to leave him alone for 4 minutes. So you just don't drink. And fourth, you've quietly deferred every bit of your own care. The mammogram, the dentist, that knee that's been bothering you since spring. Put those four together and tell me what you'd expect to see. A short fuse, crying at a commercial, losing the word for casserole, feeling like you can't handle one more thing. And you've been reading all of that as proof that you're failing. It isn't. It's a deficit. And the difference matters because those two feel identical from the inside and they need completely different things. You can't encourage your way out of dehydration. You can't be a better person on 4 hours of broken sleep. Nobody can. All right, let's talk about the physical part nobody warned you about. Transfers, bed to chair, chair to toilet, up off the floor. Professional caregivers get trained on this. They get equipment, they get a second person. You got a phone call from the hospital and a folder. So here's what I'd want my own sister to know. Get close, really close. Every inch you hold him away from your body multiplies what your back is carrying. Bend your knees, not your waist. And don't twist. If you need to turn, move your feet and turn your whole self. Twisting under weight is how backs go. Never lift somebody under the armpits. That's a shoulder injury for him and a back injury for you. And it's the most common thing families do. Raise the bed if you can. Everybody's bed is too low and you're bending over it 40 times a day. And look into a gait belt. It's a wide strap around his waist that gives you something to actually hold on to. They cost almost nothing, and I've never understood why they're the best kept secret in home care. But here's the big one. If you're catching him, if there's a moment in that transfer where you're bracing, absorbing his weight, hoping, the system has already failed. Catching is not a plan. It's a fall that hasn't happened yet. And that's not a sign you need to try harder. That's a sign you need equipment or a second pair of hands. One more thing. You can ask his doctor for a home evaluation by an occupational or physical therapist. They'll come to the house, watch how you're actually doing it, and fix it. It's often covered, and most families have no idea they're allowed to ask. Here are 3 things that you can do that cost you nothing. 1. Put a full water bottle wherever you already stand, not in the refrigerator, where you stand. 2. Take one care task you've been doing on your feet and do it sitting down. Just one. Your body will notice. 3. Make your own doctor's appointment and book it the same day as one of his. So it's one trip and one arrangement instead of 2. That little trick has gotten more caregivers into an exam room than any lecture I ever gave. If you only change one thing on this list, make it this one. Everything else gets easier downstream of it. And the goal isn't more hours, it's one unbroken block. 4 hours of real sleep will do more for you than 7 hours of listening. So the question isn't how do I sleep more, it's how do I stop being the one listening. One night a week, somebody else takes the monitor. A sibling, a friend, a paid aide, a night of respite care, and you sleep somewhere you're not responsible. Even one night a week changes people. I've watched it happen. If nighttime wandering is what's keeping you up, don't try to out-vigilant it. You'll lose that fight. Put in a door alarm or a motion sensor and let the house do the watching. Then your body is finally allowed to go all the way under because something else is on duty. And naps count. 20 minutes isn't laziness, 20 minutes is maintenance. But hey, if you get a real chance to sleep and you still can't, mention that to your doctor. That's usually a nervous system that's been switched on too long. It's treatable and it is not a personality trait. Let's take a moment here because dementia caregiving is physically different, and I want to say that plainly. The night waking isn't occasional, it's most nights, and it's unpredictable, so you never settle into a pattern your body can plan around. And even when he finally is asleep, you're not off duty. Some part of you is still listening. That around the clock alertness carries a physical cost that never shows up on anybody's list. The hands-on care is harder too, because you're often not moving a cooperative body. When somebody braces or pulls away, the strain on you goes up enormously. So here's the most useful thing I can give you. Move the hard physical work to his best hour, not to your schedule. If mornings are better, bathe him in the morning. Fighting a bath at 6 in the evening because that's when you've always done it is costing you your shoulders and costing him his dignity. Nobody's winning that one. And if the care has gotten unsafe for you, if you're getting hurt, if you honestly can't do it alone anymore, that's not the moment to be tougher. That's the moment for equipment or more hands. Please hear me on that one. Now, I want family caregivers to listen to this carefully. Some things are not caregiving problems, they're health problems, and they belong to a doctor, not to your willpower. Chest pain, a back that has gone from sore to not right, not sleeping at all, even when you finally get the chance. Feeling low most days for more than a couple of weeks. Leaning on a drink to get through the evening. And when you do go in, say the words out loud. I am a full-time caregiver. It changes what they screen you for and what they offer you. Most doctors will not guess. So here's your reset, and I promise it's not a spa day because I know perfectly well you're not going to a spa. Pick one body thing the water bottle where you stand, or one unbroken night this month, or your own appointment on the calendar in ink. That's it. That's the whole reset. Because you've been treating your body like it's the one thing in that house that doesn't need maintenance. You'd change the smoke detector battery. You'd fix the loose step. But you apparently run on nothing and never wear out. And you're the load-bearing wall here. Everything he has is resting on whether you hold up. So go take care of the caregiver. That isn't selfish, that's infrastructure. You are not failing, you're running on empty, and empty is fixable. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It really means a lot. If you'd like more practical tips and resources, come visit us at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're looking for a professional to help your family age in place safely, You can find one at theaginginplacehub.com. Please subscribe to the podcast and to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Take good care of yourself, take good care of each other, and I'll see you next time. This is Esther Kane.